Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture 1 of Human Resource Management from Unit 2. The topics which we are going to cover are human resource policies, human resource procedures and human resource programs. Human resource policies. Let us first understand what are human resource policies. So policies are predetermined course of action established to guide the performance of a work towards the expected objectives. It is a type of standing plan that serves to guide the subordinate in execution of their task. Personnel policies are a statement of personnel objectives of an organization. Personnel policies lay down the criteria for decision making. According to Dale Yoger, personnel or labor or industrial relation policies provide guidelines for a wide variety of employment relationships in the organization. These guidelines identify the organization's intentions in recruitment, selection, and promotion. Also, in development, compensation, motivation, and leading and directing the people in working organizations. Now, according to Calhoun, personnel policies constitute to guide actions that they furnish the general standards and the basis on which decisions are reached. Their genesis lies in our organizational values, philosophy, concepts, and principles. Personnel policies are the plan of action. It is a single-use plan that describes the activities to be carried out. So the time frame within which the task has to be carried out, the way the resources are to be utilized, and for example, training programs will indicate the number of trainees, the content of training, the method to be used, and the duration to which the training is to be completed. So personnel practices represents the styles and methods used in implementation of personnel programs and in keeping with prescribed policies and procedures. So here with this help of this diagram, we can show that how the HR policies is helping out any organization. It is helping in achieving the goals, teamwork, motivation, success, reward policies, etc. Now let us see what are the characteristics of personnel policies. So personnel policies are derived from the personal objectives of the organization. Personnel policies are general statement and guides thinking and decision making process. Personnel policies are standing plans that they are long lasting. Characteristics to be continued in this slide also. So the responsibility of formulating the personnel policies lies within the personnel department and the top management. The policies are made in consultation with the line managers, but the policies so formulated requires approval from the top management. Need and importance of personnel policies. So let us first understand what are the need and importance of personnel policies within an organization. So first of all, it gives you an idea about clear thinking. Secondly, it is uniformity and consistency of administration is being carried out if an organization is making personnel policies. Third is continuity and stability. It gives the organization a continuity towards their work and stability in the organization. It also provides sense of security to the organization, and personnel policies also provides delegation to the authority. It is much easier to delegate the authority. Next point is orientation and training. So the personnel policies helps in the orientation process and training also. Teamwork and loyalty is another part where the personnel policies help in the organization how to develop teamwork and how people to become loyal people in the organization. And then fourth, and not the last but not the least, that is control. So this is how the prompt decision making could be taken place if there is a proper personnel policies in the organization. So objectives of personnel policies. So now let us see what are the objectives of personnel policies. To offer reasonable return to the shareholders, to provide customers with goods and services they desire at a reasonable price, and to provide steady employment and good wages to the workers and maintain healthy relationship with them. So personal policies are based on three different functions like motivation of employees, increased productivity, and better quality of work life. So a well designed personal programs is correlated with the production or sales programs. Now, next point is greater effectiveness of the organization. So, personal policy's basic objective is also to make or link with the objectives. It is derived from the objectives and it facilitates their achievements. Developing HR policies. So, policies helps in decision making more easier and routine work. Policies promote consistency and fairness of action, and policies may originate from anywhere inside the organization or from the external sources. The approval of new and changed human resource policies come from the top management, and the policies are developed looking into the objectives or purpose. Now let us see what are the procedure and how it is helpful for the organization. So procedure defines the manner or the way of accomplishing certain decisions within an organization. Procedure describes the detail of carrying out the policies, and they spells out the specific rules and regulations, the steps, the time, place, and personnel responsible for the implementation of the policies. Procedures also clarify what is to be done in a particular circumstances. Let's see how HR policies and programs are helping the organization. It is helping in reward and retirement, recruitment, training and development, personal management, survey management, internal communication, etc. So these policies and procedures helps the organization to function in a responsible manner. Now, HR programs are basically concerned with the broad course of action governing all levels of the employees. It is a stable plan of action which continues for extensive period of time. It is an end product of philosophy, values, concept, principle, policies, and procedures. Elements of HR programs. So, the first element is employment, that is selection and job change. The second is training and development. Third is communication. Fourth is grievance and discipline. Fifth is wages and salary. And sixth is health and safety. Next is benefits and services. And then labor relations and research. So these are the elements of human resource management programs which are conducted by the human resource management department within the organization. So this comes to the end of this lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.